I got some book mail, so I thought that we could open it up together. I'm currently subscribed to 2 book boxes, the first being Book of the Month. Of course, this is the most popular one, and Book of the Month was one that I really enjoyed a couple years ago, but I feel like lately they've been leaning towards a lot of not as popular releases or ones that just aren't in my typical genres that I read now. I do keep this subscription because I think it is really valuable for when they have a book that I'm interested in. This month I got The Second Chance Cinema by Thea West, which is not one that I actually have heard about before this, but it just sounded really interesting because it is about an engaged couple who finds a magical cinema, which I thought sounded so interesting because my boyfriend and I, we have very vastly different interests, but one thing that we're both really interested in is movies, and so we go to the movie theater a lot. So I thought reading a romance book about a cinema and it being magical just sounded super interesting to me. My favorite subscription box though is Aardvark Book Club. I love the subscription box because they put so many horror books, thriller books, and romances that I'm more interested in their boxes. Very similar to Book of the Month, very similar premise, and very similarly priced as well. The first one that I got is the Autumn Springs Retirement Home Massacre. This is a slasher type horror book. Obviously you can see that it says massacre in the title, but I've also heard other people talk about this since getting it in my box, and it sounds really interesting. It is just kind of that slasher massacre vibes, but taking place at a retirement home, which I love. Books that have older characters in it, like horror books, I read it a lot in cozy mysteries. I just find it so interesting because I didn't really grow up with grandparents or anything like that. I've never really been around a lot of elderly people throughout my life, so I just find it so interesting to get their perspective and see how they would handle different situations and the unique challenges that come with being of that age. So I also picked up The Mad Wife. It just sounded so interesting, and so I think we're following a mother and wife in the 1950s, and she is kind of struggling obviously with the expectations of being the perfect housewife that takes care of her husband, keeps her household running, and she recently gave birth to her second child. So she's obviously probably dealing with postpartum and the mental health issues that can come with that, but then a new woman also moves into her neighborhood and she begins to investigate her. The last add-on that I got was One Bad Night, which is a short story collection that had a lot of interesting horror authors in it that I am either interested in and I own their books, or that I've read and I liked. So it just seemed like it was going to be a really interesting collection. I'm guessing that the stories probably have to deal with having bad nights, and that's all that I really know about it. I also received an Amazon package on my doorstep, and it didn't have a note in it, but I did not order this book. I just opened it because I didn't know what was in it, but I do have an Amazon wish list. So someone ended up sending me The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst, which has been on my TBR for so long since it came out. I've been wanting to pick this one up really bad, so I'm so happy and grateful to have been sent this. So I got some really interesting books this month. I'm so excited to dive into these, and I will see y'all sometime soon.